What is up, everyone? In this video I'll be taking a look at Jason Richardson's new plugin from Mixwave. For those who don't know, Mixwave is a new product company made by Taylor Larson, who has engineered albums for such bands as Periphery, Veil Maya, and of course Jason Richardson. He has worked on drum VSTs up until this point, and this is the first time they've released a amp sim kind of plugin. So for this video, I'll be comparing this plugin a lot to the Neural DSP stuff, as I feel that is their biggest competitor at the moment. So this video will be broken up into 3 sections. The first section being ease of use, second, versatility, and then the third, how it sounds. So without wasting any more time, we're gonna get started on the first section, which is ease of use. And if you like the video, please go ahead and do all that YouTube stuff below, as it really helps out the channel. So first of all, the UI on this plugin is absolutely beautiful. I love the clockwork kind of design. And then for each of the amp channels, the background here kind of resembles his signature guitars. That being the Buckeye Burl or the Poplar Burl that a lot of his guitarists usually have. And everything is clearly labeled on this plugin. It's really easy to navigate. And the layout is fairly similar to a lot of the competitors, so nothing really stood out or was really jarring to kind of see. Unfortunately, there is no IR loader within the cab section here. So you would actually, if you wanted to, you would have to load up your own IR loader if you wanted to use your own custom IRs with this plugin. So this plugin does really well for being easy to use. All of the presets here are clearly labeled. And I use a lot of presets myself. I don't have a lot of time to tone chase, so I want to be able to find something quick and easy to use. And this plugin does really well in that regard. It's very plug and play. Now, versatility is really where this amp shines. For modern metal plugins, I generally look for something that can do crunch tones, a gent or like modern rhythm tone, a lead tone, and ambient clean tones. And this plugin is able to do all of those and more. And the only tone that he didn't have a preset for that I had to make was actually a crunch tone. And that literally took like 2 minutes. I loaded up his rhythm preset and then just turned the gain down, the mid up, and the bass up to my liking for the crunch tone. And I'm guessing this tone wasn't already a preset just because Jason doesn't usually use this kind of tone for his music. And this plugin has a ton of customizability in its cab section. You actually have 4 different mic placements to choose from, and then a plethora of microphone types and cabinets to use for this plugin. And then adding in all the access, distance, angle, and delay knobs, there's a ton of different sounds you could get out of this plugin. And then another really cool feature about this plugin that I haven't seen too many people talk about is the signal chain. Now, with the Neural DSP stuff, your signal chain was your pre-effects, an amp, an EQ, a cab, and then post effects. Now with the Mixwave plugin, your signal chain can be whatever you want. All of these right here are movable. You could have all of your effects in the middle before the cab. You could have all the effects after the cab. You could have them all before. So really, the only limitation is your imagination with the signal chain. And that by itself adds in a whole new level of creativity for creating your tones. So I was very impressed with the versatility of this amp. It really allows you to be creative with your sound. And even though this plugin is all about emulating Jason's sound, I really think you can make your own out of this plugin. So moving into the last section of this video, and that is how does this plugin sound? And I think it sounds really good. It's not the best plugin on the market, I would say, but it is definitely up there for me. So starting off with the rhythm tone, there was some kind of weird boxiness in it that I didn't particularly like. And I'm not sure if this is just some weird quirkiness with the plugin or this is an artistic decision. I know Jason tends to use darker tones for his performances, and so with this tone, I found myself kind of EQing the low mids a lot and then also using a tilt EQ to just brighten the entire thing up. So the rhythms sound like this by themselves. Again, it's not that bad, but I'm not sure if this is something I would want to use for my own personal commercial releases or something like that. Moving on to the next tone, which will be the lead tone. This sounds fantastic. It's probably going to be a given. Jason is known for his shred kind of playing, so all the very, very fast stuff. So this tone was excellent right out of the gate. And it sounds like this. Super solid lead tone, really cuts through, and the delay on it was very, very rad. The cleans are also another highlight, as they had a pretty kind of glassy, almost dreamy kind of quality, and those sound like this. And lastly, the only other tone I had to show off is the crunch tone I made, and that sounds like this. All the tones are super solid, and I'm sure a majority of people will get a lot of utility out of them. So, some closing thoughts. This is a very solid first amp release from Mixwave. I think this product is really geared toward those who really want Jason's sound, it's probably a given, and those who might just be getting into home recording. And again, I just want to re-emphasize that I think versatility is really where this amp shines. The highly customizable signal chain is not something I see on a lot of newer plugins, so that adds a whole other layer to what you might be able to create. I would personally use Archetype Nolly over this still, as that is currently my favorite amp sim. But for a first amp sim by a new company, this is really, really good. And I'm going to be keeping my eye on that company for whatever product they put out next. So that's all I got for you today. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I want to catch you on the next one.